everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Evelyn. If you're new here, welcome. I have someone very special on my channel today. Hi. So I have Nudity on my channel today and we met on Instagram.
Yes.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
You know that chatted me?
Yes, I chatted you because I'm looking for Nigerians living in Berlin, and then I saw your handle, that Niger girl.
Yeah, Nigerian Berliner.
That Nigerian Berliner.
Yeah.
And I was like, interesting. And then I clicked on her handle and started phoning her.
Yeah.
One thing led to another. We met, and here we are.
So I'm just going to be gisting about our experience and first impressions in Germany. So if you like to watch, stay tuned.
Yeah. And disclaimer: this is just our opinion.
Yes, our opinions.
Just our opinion about Germany in general and Berlin. And now I no longer live in Berlin, so I'll do like a bit of comparison between where I stay now. I stay in Lower Saxony, Braunschweig, which is very, very different from Berlin.
Really?
Yep.
Look forward to visiting.
Yeah. It's number one, more organized than Berlin, but in terms of organization, Berlin has quite an amount of people coming in every year. I think about 2 million people come in every year to Berlin. So you can imagine how long the bureaucracy takes there. In where I live is just 300. We're just 300,000 there.
Wow.
So things are more organized. It's cleaner. You have good bike paths.
Are you shaming us right now?
No, I'm not shaming you. My heart is still in Berlin. I love Berlin because anywhere you go in Berlin, you will see people that look like you, you know, and so you don't feel like a specimen, you know.
Yeah,
you really don't have people staring at you. Yeah. So.
Wow. Okay, so when was the first time you were in Berlin?
Okay, I came into Berlin. Okay, first time I visited Berlin was October. No, not October. It was April 2016. Okay. But I didn't really notice things, you know, because I was just visiting. I think I just spent 4 days in Berlin there. But I moved into Germany, and my first port of call was Berlin, and that was in 2018. So I've been living in Germany since 2018 October. Living fully in Germany. Yes.
First impressions.
Okay, first impression about Berlin, I really liked how diverse Berlin was, you know.
Yeah.
The fact that you could see people from Asians, you could see Africans everywhere, you know. That was my first impression was Berlin was really diverse, you know. And I was like, nice. And a lot of like restaurants of all sorts of restaurants. And I was really happy because I found a Nigerian restaurant like in my first week in Berlin. And I was like, okay, this looks like home, you know.
I ate their jollof rice when I was pregnant, thanks to Nudity. And pepper soup. Yeah, so and she's married to a German, so she's German already.
No.
She has been nationalized.
I wish.
So my own first impression was when I went to the sauna. That was 2 years ago. You've not been there?
No, actually, we'll come to that.
I just someone has been begging to take you.
Yes, but man,
you can't stand it.
I've heard about it. The fact that you have to be naked. And imagine me, this black beauty being naked, and everybody will not start gawking at me.
So when we went there, it was my birthday 2019, and I was coming from school and all that, and Nick was like, my surprise is we are going to Nigeria. I'm like, which Nigeria? He met me at Frankfurt Tour, and I was like, we are going. I'm like, we are going. Okay, I know we are traveling. Where is the bag? Are we? Is it? Actually, don't worry. We walked down to, I think it was around Frankfurt Tour. So we walked down and we shall enter the place, and they gave us towels and we were like, we can go and change. That's how I was changing. I just saw somebody naked pass through. Actually, my husband did not Google. He's not check anything. No, I think he booked online or something, and I went in for massage. I'm like, what about you? He said no, he cannot allow any lady to press his body. He cannot allow even man to press his body. So I'm the only one that is in for massage. Okay, so you can see it. I think he ordered cocktail or something, and I went in. Even the massage said, like, feel the hearts, feel the sea, feel the mountains. I'm like,
Which of the spa did you guys go to? Can you remember?
I think he will check. I'll check his. It's okay. Around. It's close by.
Okay.
So after we were done, and then I came outside, and so I was reading magazine, and it was almost entering his eyes.
I shall
What
behold
happened?
no
He
evil.
said, sit down. You will see now. So when he came out of the shower, like the guy is really tall, and he came out shower without any clothes. I'm like, what? Say yes, that's what I've been seeing since. They're like, so what are we going to do now? Is this how we're going to do now? And we shall enter one of the saunas, and they were really looking at us like they were really following us there, because they expected that enter the sauna without clothes. I'm like, you and who? You and who? And it was towards May now. It was towards the end of winter, so it was really still chilly. But they were really excited with just towels and all. So when I came back home and now googled online, like I spoke about it on my channel, yeah. So a lot of people were now commenting that yeah, it's normal in Germany to be naked. I'm like, I now googled, I'm like, they said it's normal that even Germans go to the US, and when they go to sauna they see people clothed and they are walking around naked, and people look like, who is this person? So
okay, so that's one thing. Actually, I think I have a love-hate relationship with that. I like the fact that they are very confident in their body, and you know, they don't see their body as something that should be covered and hidden, you know. I like that. Even when you go to but coming from an African culture where things like that are, you know, usually kept close and private, it's quite jarring, you know. I think my first experience was I went with my husband to, it was not Germany, to Baines, and there was a we're on the beach and we went into the naked section of the beach. I think it's called FKK, okay. And then I just saw guys, women stark naked. I was like, what the hell is going on here, you know? And then he explained that, oh, they have free body culture, and when you see the sign, the FKK sign, you know that's the area where you can be naked and, you know, be your birthday suit, So for me, I was initially I was a bit shocked, you know, and they don't care, you know. And I think mostly the guys are really very confident. They don't give a shit. At least the women will, you know, just, you know, be topless, and, you know, no, not even beginning, topless, stark, because they are tanning, you know, and they will just lie down in the place. But the guys will be jumping up and down. And I'm like, oh my god. Okay, so for me, I always ask my husband, you know, anytime he says, oh, let's go to the sauna, and in sauna, I think they just give you a towel, but the towel is actually not to cover yourself. It's actually for you to, I think, to place it down and sit on it, so that your sweat is absorbed by the towel. And I asked him, I'm like, okay, so you see like women, naked women come, don't you like get stoned or something? How do you explain it? But he's like, no, that because everybody's naked. So I'm like, no, I think I've not yet gotten to that point. I'm trying to get comfort. I like the fact that people are comfortable in their own skin, and, you know, confident. Even if you have a bulge, it's your freaking body, for Christ's sake. Even if you have love handles, you know, nobody here cares about mommy pouch. Nobody cares about what's it called, snapbacks. And I love it. I totally love it.
Yes, when I just put to bed, I was always like, no, even before when I was pregnant, I'm like, gosh, I'm looking forward to snapping back, but it's not like that here. It's not like there's no pressure to snap back. No, that is actually one thing I like. There's no pressure, just be healthy. And my midwife, she was like, it takes 9 months for you to put to bed, like almost 10 months. It will take 9 months for your uterus to contract back. There's no point stressing yourself. Like, just relax,
be healthy,
take your time,
move around, exercise, you know. But really, all the waist training and all that, I don't think
it took me 3 months, or
it's not
after
necessary.
1 month I'm back. I'm like, I took my time. Like after 3 months, I tried to go back to exercising. It wasn't working. Then I gave myself space again. I'm like, nobody's good. I'm cooking in Europe. Nobody's putting me under
pressure. And look, and the thing about it, nobody cares. You would see women with like big pouches, and they're wearing their half top and wearing their bikinis and jiggling away. Nobody cares, you know. And I really like that. Really, I think there's quite a lot of pressure, especially in Nigeria, to you know, look good, have flat tummy trainer, all that snapback bullshit.
It's good to be healthy. It's
good to be healthy, but please, most importantly, being healthy doesn't mean you have to be like a broomstick or have a very flat, you know, tummy. No.
So first impression about food.
I think I was surprised. I was surprised about doner. Doner is kind of like bread. Bread and with like vegetables and meat. You know, I was really surprised about it because it's very popular in Berlin.
Yeah.
And I think it's from the Turkish.
Yes.
Yes.
It is.
And it's everywhere in Berlin.
Everywhere.
You know, everywhere in Berlin. It's like the cheapest food. You balanced street food you can eat, at least vegetables, some fries, some rice, or some bread, and loads of, you know, seasoned meat.
Yeah.
So you can actually get it in chicken or lamb. Or beef. Yeah. So I think I was surprised about that. Then also I liked the fact that you could eat anything here. You could eat Ethiopian food, Sudanese food, Asian, Vietnamese. Yes, I have. I have. And to even surprise you, the first time I ever ate, I think it was Ethiopian food, was here in Berlin.
And it wasn't bad.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. And I went to an African restaurant called Pan Africa, and we had like some granite soup.
Oh, really?
Yes. I think it was Kenyan or something. And it was really nice, you know. So
I look forward to exploring more after COVID.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of breads. A lot of bread.
Yes. I'm not a bread person, but yes, Germany has, I think, over 200 or 300 varieties.
How do they eat it? Because
potato bread, onion bread, garlic bread, pumpkin bread, anything you can think of, they have the bread. Apple bread. Anything you can think of.
It usually look very scary. I did a video about it that it usually look really scary and strong. I'm like, is it armor they are going to use to slice this thing?
But funny enough, when it's fresh, it's really nice. When it's hot, it's soft, very tasty, very nice, and it's very nutritious. Yeah, it's not like they say the white bread we eat, they say is waste.
Yes, it actually is. It's usually not white bread.
Yeah,
usually not white bread.
So I think another thing that surprised me here is the dating scene.
Okay.
Here,
I do have experience with that.
I didn't date here because I was already with my husband before I came here.
Yeah.
But the dating scene is quite funny because Berlin is very liberal, you know, and I would say Berlin is a place where maybe I would say when you're 20s, early 20s, you should come to Berlin, you know, live in Berlin for 2 years and then move on to more serious things in your life, you know. So everything goes here.
Indeed, you are shading us. You are shading us.
No, I'm not shading you.
Okay.
Everything goes here, you know. So polyandrous relationships, yes, very popular
many to
here.
One to many.
Yes, exactly. So like a girl, you can have 2 boyfriends, or it's very acceptable. Like a guy too, you can have like multiple girlfriends. It's quite acceptable here, you know. So I'll just say, when you're coming to Berlin, just keep your judging to yourself, because Berlin will surprise you. You know, things you think things you think that are not things you think are not possible, you will see them in Berlin.
First impression about schooling.
Okay, first impression about schooling. The school system is okay. So I did an MBA here, and my MBA was paid compared to other courses where you just only pay for your semester ticket. Yes. So we're actually giving preferential treatment.
Yes, these are the ones that are paid because in 1 year they are done.
No, mine was 18 months.
2 plus X
or 2 18 months, yeah. But we're giving kind of like preferential treatment in terms of like for administration. We didn't have to do any admin stuff by ourselves.
Really?
Our courses were automatically registered for us.
Really?
And yes. But what I would notice is that the lecturers are very open compared to Nigeria. So the system is designed for you to pass. They do everything in their power to make sure you pass, you know.
Yeah.
And I keep saying that if you come here and you're not doing well, you know, you're not doing well academically, then there's a problem.
Yes.
It won't be a question of the lecturer or
it won't be.
No,
exactly.
There's a problem somewhere, and probably you need to, you know, solve that problem.
It used to shock me like. And the reverse is the case where we come from.
No, the reverse is the case. In Nigeria, the school system is designed for
you to fail.
Yes.
Sorry.
Because you would have
to say that's
the truth. You would have lecturers that will tell you
nobody passes my course.
Nobody gets an A in my course.
A is for God. B is for me.
So you can
C is for my family. No
matter how hard you work, you won't see the result, you know, you won't get the reward for the hard work. But yeah, if you work hard, you would get your 1.0 easy and steady.
That's true.
Yes.
And there's no competition kind of like
yes. Like, oh, you're trying to outdo the other. It's very personal, you know, just focus, do your thing, do it according to your pace. Nobody's putting pressure on you. One thing I would say is that their exams was a bit different for me in terms of that they load you with a lot of questions.
Was it
so
oral exams you did?
No, it was written. I did written exams. So you have to be fast, you know, and be to the point. Not, you know, all those story we talk about in,
straight to the point.
In uni in Nigeria. Just straight to the point, hit the nail on the head and move on.
For me, first impression about lecturers, I went to see my professor. He was really, will I even say shy to even talk to me? I was asking questions like, oh, I've done these courses. This is before I became pregnant. He was like, yeah, do this. And it was really helpful. I'm like, talk now, talk to me now. Like, it was really helpful. It was, oh, how are you doing? How is everything? I'm like, everything is fine. Like, and they're really open. Another lecturer, one of them, I'm always going to ask questions from the professors, like, why did you say this? Because I'm studying mathematics, like, explain, because where I'm coming from, study different, so
it's different. So yeah. So for me, I think my first semester I hardly ever asked any question, because coming from a university where you dare not raise your hand up except you want to carry over, you know,
it's
your
as
course.
they're taking it that you give it
so
back.
Exactly, and what they give you is what you give them back,
yeah.
you know. But here I found out that my class was very interactive.
As in, they're asking questions, tackling professors. I'm like, are you mad?
As in, you would have like very hot debates, you know, between students and professors, and the professor is really cool about it, even loves it and encourages it, you know. So I really like that openness, you know, and that's how you learn, really. Yeah, that's how you learn.
I say in my class, the man will say, oh, this theory was developed in 1980 or in 1940, and they're already googling it. Like, oh, I can see here that it was in 1980. I saw that it was first spoken about in 1920. And professor, oh really? I'll check. I'm like, ha. Yeah, it's quite nice, and there's no pressure. Like, some students are working, they'll just come by lectures. There's no competition. Like, I want to pass you, I want to be the first in class.
So when you're coming in here, just put it behind your mind that you'll be supported, you'll be given everything you need to succeed, you know. So just focus. I know it's quite hard to focus, especially if you're the one fending for yourself. Of course, here it's not like Nigeria where we pay our rent once a year. Here your rent and your bills are piling up every month, you know, and you have to work, you know. So, and of course here, if you're working for 2 hours, it's 2 hours effective work. So it means no phone calls, no interruption, just 100% attention on your work, you know.
And it's actually giving me confidence. Like during the last semester when they were like, you have to come to school for exam. I wrote the professor, the lecturer, I cannot come to school. I have a child. And then vaccine was not even there, still vaccinating old people. I'm like, I cannot risk myself coming all the way. That's like 4 hours, and David was still small. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry about that. Send me an email, I'll put you for written for oral exam. I'm like, yeah, thank you. So when I was just speaking with Esther, I'm like, I can't do more than 2 courses per semester. She's like, I don't blame you. If it's Nigeria, can you do that?
Exactly. and yes, and that's one thing I like here, you know. You could have exam tomorrow, and you would decide, oh, I don't want to take the exam. You either write to them, or you could even go in and fail the exam. In summer, which is usually maybe in a month or 2 months time, you're able to write. You don't have to carry over a whole year. God, Nigeria. You don't have to carry over a whole year.
Yes, you can redo it. You can actually redo. I think you're given two
chances to redo it, and then if you fail the 2 chances, you are given oral. Yes.
And even in the pandemic, you are given unlimited
time
because it's the pandemic. It's affecting all of us. Lastly, doctor's appointments.
Okay, so the hospital system here, I found it strange. You know, like Nigeria now, you just walk into your hospital. As long as you have your money, you get treatment. You know, you buy cards. You know, everything is in the hospital. Most hospitals, you have. What do they call it? Pediatrician, have general doctor. But here, man, the hospital is like small shop. You know? So it's practice. Let me just put it that way. It's practice. So if you want to go to a gynecologist, a different doctor, like a different process. Office. Yes, you go to her office. If you want to go to the dentist has his own office. If you want to go to the general doctor, he has his own office.
But there's now a bigger hospital.
Then you now have a big hospital. But the thing is, you know, like in Nigeria where you have like hundreds of hospitals, here it's just in a city maybe 3 or 4 of those big hospitals. And those big hospitals are like, okay, you want to give birth, you want to go for a surgery,
or during weekends when practices are not
or during weekend you have an emergency. So if you call the ambulance will take you to
the hospital.
To the general hospital. So sometimes in your life you might not reach
visit the hospital.
You cannot visit the big hospital. Just the practice, you know. Because in the practice, I don't think they can do surgeries, but they can do like little procedures, you know, checks, scans, and all that.
I remember when I got pregnant. Okay, before then I went for normal woman checks, and also when I got pregnant, I just booked an appointment and went there. I'm like, I'm pregnant. I said, when was last time I saw my menstruation? I told them, said, where's the stick I used to test? I mean, it's at home. I asked me to go home, and I'm like, so is this where I'm going to be coming? And after 4 weeks, they asked me to come back, and that was where I was going to all through 9 months, and they would do the checks. At some point, they were just taking my vitals, and then later, I would go in, the gynecologist would check me, check the baby and all that. Until towards 7 months, she was now asking me, now it's time for you to pick the hospital you want to. So that's when we now started looking for hospitals. And
and one thing I like about it is like, okay, so in terms of like women, talking in general about women, in Nigeria, you most times don't go to the gynecologist until you have an issue. And most times is maybe you're pregnant or you're trying for children with your husband. But here, once a girl sees her period, she starts going to the gynecologist. And I really like that because you know, you're aware of what's happening in your body and you're able to take care of yourself. You know? You'd believe it or not, the first time I ever went to a gynecologist was when I came to Germany. Me too. That was the first time. And my gynecologist was like, you mean 30 years of your life you haven't seen a gynecologist? I'm like, nope.
She asked me, am I taking this vaccine?
Yes.
I don't know.
Same thing. She's like, I'm taking MMR. Have you taken this? I had to ask my mom, okay mom, did I take MMR from this birth? She said, oh yes, you took it.
They gave you tetanus.
Tetanus. So I think anybody watching this video, if you're in Nigeria or wherever you are, I would advise you, please go for your gynecological checks every year. It is very, very important. It's very important.
I'll see that now. See small children come for I'm like, what are you people doing here? This is for adults.
and you have the right of refusal. The fact you're going there doesn't mean they're going to force pills on you or anything. You have the right to say, oh, I don't want pills. I'm not sexually active, or this is why I'm sexually active, and this is the preferred method of, you know, contraception. You know, so nobody forces you to take anything. So don't feel like when you go there they're going to force you to take pills. No, nobody's going to impose or force you. But it's always good to know what's going on in your body as a woman, as a girl. I always say the woman's body is like a flower. Anything can grow at any point in time. So it's good, you know, to always nip it in the bud. After
I put to bed, I went for my checks. They were like, oh, what are you doing about bed control? And now to say, it's fine, it's okay. Are you sure? Do you have other options? Like, tell me now, this and this and this. Like, we used to impose. No, you have to use coil. No, you have to use IUD.
Exactly.
Say no, it's okay. I'm like, do you have better options? No, that's actually the best. That's okay. I'm like, okay.
And I like the fact that they are aware that it's your body, so they give you the right to make the decisions. Unlike in Nigeria, where sometimes they'll say, oh, you have to bring your husband for this. No, as in no. And I like the fact that they are very direct. Like, if you're trying to have a child, it's you and your husband. You would come there and both of you will do tests together. The doctor will ask for both results. So it's not only the woman going to find out what's wrong, the man too, you know. Both of you,
because you're not married. You're not married.
Exactly. So it's because they tell you that they finish solving your own problem as a woman, and then it's now the man, and then you, the woman, you're bothering yourself. So it's good all of you are on the same page. I really like that, you know, the fact that they make you feel like you're in control of yourself. Unlike in Nigeria, where everything you need permission from your husband, or you know, or the so-called doctor is imposing what he knows or his methods on you, you know. telling you, oh, you must use coil. Maybe coil is not good for you.
Yeah,
you know.
maybe that's
you must take pills. Maybe pills are not good for you, and maybe condom is just the only method good for you. You know. So I really like that you're giving that choice.
Yeah. We can go on and on. Indeed, thank you so much. More
Thank
of
you.
this.
Yes.
Thank you so much for watching, and please remember to subscribe if you're yet to do so. At least if you're coming from Nudity, subscribe. Oh, Nudity is my sister.
Please subscribe.
Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on my next one. Bye.